Smell me like a Hellcat.
Yo, what is going on, buddy? It is FreshMode Studios here, back with another video, and we're doing another iOS 11 video. And for today's one, we're going to be doing a little overview and review and features video for the entire, well, all the new features, actually, of iOS 11. But on the iPod Touch 6, and to prove that to you, I'll go to General, iPod Touch Storage. Now, this is not a jailbroken device, hopefully, if you believe me. You can see that that's actually an interesting thing. They did change from iOS 9. Now, if I will prove to you really quick, I'm on iOS 11, and if you watch my other videos on how to download it, you would know that for sure as well. So, I'm gonna get all this explanation out the way. Last year, you guys ripped me for iOS 10 and all this stuff. 9:41 a.m. and those 3 or 4 Wi-Fi or 4G bars are there because I'm recording with my Mac, and QuickTime puts that it kind of changes the software so that way it always shows that. And you did see that I am on iPod, not an iPhone. Doesn't matter too much because I'm only doing the overview of the iPod and the iPhone. Now, the iPad I'm not going to be doing. Yeah, I do have an iPad, but I will not be doing it on there. So because there's a ton of new stuff on the iPad. You know, they got the new dock. You have the files thing, which is actually right here on the iPhone and iPod as well. You can see just right here all that stuff. You can see files. It's pretty cool. I don't think it's exactly working right now for me, but it is still pretty cool. So there's all that stuff on the iPad, but back to the iPhone and the iPod. I'm just going to keep using the iPhone because I don't think many of you will be on an iPod. So let's get straight into it. First thing here I see on my screen is the calculator has been a little bit redone. Now the icon is different, and then when you go into it, the interface is different. It's a calculator. What else can you ask for? Also, the control center, it is different. It looks puzzling. People are complaining about it, but it is very simple once you get the hang of it. Now, my brightness and volume keys or things kind of have disappeared. You can kind of see where they're supposed to be, where I'm kind of well, yes, you can't see where I'm selecting my finger, but yeah, so that is very cool. You can customize it now, so you can add different widgets. So if we go to Control Center, you can add in, so you could say you don't want all this stuff in here, you can add an alarm and do that. And also, mute module does not quite work right now. It's supposed to like mute your ringer. This guy right here didn't exactly work for me. Let's see, messy. Okay, so they got new accounts right there in principle. So that is that. So you can see there's stuff now where you can just press and hold. So it's almost like three touch, but it's not, because you're not, you know, doing a slight press or this kind of a press. It's just a long hold. One other thing is when you press these apps and you hold them and you move them, they're a little bit stickier. They don't kind of bounce around and stuff. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Well, they do kind of bounce around, but it's different. It's a different feel to it. Now, when you go to Safari, you can also see the tiny little feature is that the little Wi-Fi bar, or not the Wi-Fi, the search bar is a little bit rounded, following the theme from music from last year's iOS that came out. So you can see it's got the big search bar, like it's got that bold text. That is kind of the theme now for all the Apple apps now. So if we go into like news, you can see the search bar is like this. The For You, the Spotlight, you got some different stuff going on here. Following, you got the search bar, and you got the saved stuff as well. So that is pretty cool in itself. Now, the App Store has been completely redesigned. You can see search bar is different as well. It's all that following that kind of thing. And in messages, that has changed. And in email, I will not be going over that. I'll be going over some of the features, but I will not be going into the application and stuff for privacy reasons. So when we go into this, is almost like a social network where you can scroll down. Welcome to the new App Store from the editors. And now we can go down and see a quick look on some new. They basically spotlight a bunch of apps. This is like the new feature page. app of the day, and you got game of the day as well, and some the daily list. And you go back to June 6th, and it is June 7th today, so it is updating as of right now. So you go to games, you got the games tab here, and then the apps, updates, and then the search. Let me update that really quick. Game Pigeon. That's a very fun iOS iMessage app. Now, in the new one of the iMessage features is that if your friend owes you some money, or you owe your friend some money, you lose the bet or something, you owe somebody some money, all you have to do is you say like $15, you type it correctly, you press that little thing, or it'll kind of, you know how if you type in tomorrow, you send a text, it has like a little underline underneath it. Basically the same thing will happen for the money. It'll say 15 bucks, it'll have a little underline under that. You tap that, and then you can pay that amount. Camera has been not exactly redesigned, but there are new filters in of it, so there are different things. Now the layout is a little different, and on the 6S and the iPhone 7 there are some different changes that I'm not able to go over here, but there are a bunch of new features. So if we go to the Photos app really quick, you can see here they do have some new filters. So if you go here, they have, I think there's some new filters there. I believe there's some new filters here. They look a little bit different from what I remember, but when you're on the 7 or the 6S with live photos, you scroll down like right about here, and you would have a little bounce, loop, and long exposure. Now for that, basically, since it's a live photo, it takes 3-4 seconds of video as well, so it'll be like a little loop, kind of like a GIF. It'll keep replaying that live photo for the few seconds. Now in bounce, it's like Instagram's boomerang. So that's, say if I did take this photo, but I did not take this photo. So say this would be, if this was a live photo, Trevon Boykin, and if it was like his wind-up, well, not the wind-up, but the finish of his throw, you would see that, and you could do it back. It would be back and forth, back from here and to where his release is, and then back to right there, and then back to his release. So it'd be kind of that's the bounce. The loop would just be continually him throwing the football, and then the long exposure would be his arm extending forward, and it's basically meant for waterfalls, and let's see what else is there. Any sort of thing that you can kind of create a nice effect where things are moving, and it all kind of blends them all together. So it's a long exposure thing that you would normally only have on a DSLR camera, which is pretty nifty. Maps is even smarter now, so am I gonna go into it? No, I'm not gonna go into the app, but in Maps now you can see, if you go to a mall now, the store. So say you're going to a mall and you want to know what store. So say you're going to Foot Locker. That's the only store that I would ever go to. Or Finish Line maybe. So say you want to see, well, you're walking in. Okay, there's like 3 levels. Say it was a huge mall. Well, what level it is on, you look it up. It's on level 3. Okay, now you got to go to level 3, and it'll give you that exact location. And also you can see a little 3D map inside of that mall of where the store is. So it's almost like a Google sort of Street View, but inside the mall per se. Now the iTunes store has not been redesigned, interestingly enough, so maybe it will by the time iOS 11 comes out. You also see one thing down at the bottom here, is there's no longer the Messages, Safari, and email or mail looking thing down there. They do not have that text down there. It's all smooth. It looks very clean. It'd be kind of a cool option if you could just turn it off for this, so you don't say wet, so you don't see weather. You don't see any of them on like a certain page, but you could just turn it off for a certain page, or turn off for a certain application. Say, because you know what you know what app it is, but it looks. I think it would look a lot cleaner if you just kind of turned it off somehow. So if Apple could put that as a feature, that'd be really cool. Now the lock screen and the notifications view are one, so you can no longer pull down from the top and see your notifications and then go to little widgets. No, it's just you go to your lock screen. So right here, now you scroll up to go to your notifications, and if this was not on a password right now, I believe you'll be able to just scroll up and you should be able to get into your device, or maybe slide. I'm not too sure. I know that's a new feature. Some people were talking about it. I haven't actually turned my password off and seen if it works or not. So you can see here all the notifications are down here. Now I can't view them for some reason. Now in iOS 10 I could view them and I could clear them or whatever. I cannot do that because my thing is not unlocked. You can see this is actually a little bit different, the animations and stuff. So now you can see it went to the top. So if you pull down from the top, you get this. So it looks like your lock screen, except it says earlier today. So it says home to open. I don't know why it exactly says that. So it's basically the same thing. You can go to left, you can go to right, you can do whatever there. So you can't just pull down and search. You can here on the home screen, of course. You just do a little swipe, but you can no longer kind of pull down here and you get a little search. So if you're in YouTube, well, I don't know why it's doing that. Let me exit it right quick. Let's see, my YouTube has been all jacked up. You can see it's kind of broke. Now it looks like I have a notification. Oh, there's Trent and Juice on iMav's channel. But so you can no longer just kind of pull down here. And let's get away from that Samsung. Oh, Denver's in the barbershop. Now that was 5 months. I think I watched that one already. Not sure why it's popping up, but you can see that you can't just search from any application anymore. Another feature that I did go over in one of my other videos is the dark mode, so you guys can go ahead and check that video out. That'll be the link in the description. And then another thing is how to record your screen. You do not need Mac, PC, nothing. It records. It's like a recording app built in, and there's no jailbreak, anything. It's built in. You can see it's right here. I'll teach you guys, or you'll not teach you. You'll see the tutorial. The link will be in the description for that. Now another thing here is the animation of opening and closing apps is different as well. I believe I did cover everything here in this video over the new features overview of iOS 11 on the iPod Touch 6, some of the iPhone features as well. I'm sure I missed some stuff, so please just don't rate me in the comments section. This is basically for the first beta and kind of the new features for overall in iOS 11. We'll see what comes out in the next one, so make sure you do subscribe, and I will be doing all the betas. So beta 2, we'll see what the new updates are in beta 2, some of the bug fixes and stuff. I'll go over that, and then beta 3 over that, beta 4, beta 5, and all the way until iOS 11 actually releases in the fall, and I'll do a video for that as well. So make sure you stick around for those, and if not, in the meantime, I will be posting PS4 videos, so 2K, Madden, MLB The Show, and Uncharted. Working on a little bit right now. Will be coming out very soon. Will be pretty cool to do. So make sure you stick around for that as well if you're into that. If not, cool. Just still subscribe. Just help me get those 500 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers and as many subscribers as possible. Likes on the video will be much appreciated. Make sure you also do comment your thoughts on iOS 11, what you would like to see in the future betas, and what features you're hoping for maybe in iOS 12 or by the time iOS 11 finally drops. Thank you all for watching, and I'm out. Peace.